Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And it's come to
That doesn't mean...
time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
There's something about it. I feel like it's calling to me.
come to wish on us.
This is it. You know what I have to do. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was.
I could pray to me. You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the mountain.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Something tells me.
Clive! Rutherford informs
I would have done this.
you're far too mod.
From what little I.
But I was. Alas, we must move.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other: the realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity, in short.
But how would
the arm be sad? But I
thought he would.
He was, and as
Of course he.
and he's a gravel. I extolled you, don't mind.
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, and if the I'll leave what you sent.
Of course.
Excellent.
No.
Say what you will. Lady Karen is
Pining for something, boy. What is it? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's where. And you're only thinking to ask this now? Clap that there iron on him to keep...
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Doubly hard. Sid would always tell him. I reckon what...
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making... Let's get that... Indeed, you miss Sid as much as the rest of us. You want me to go with you?
Quick, can't you?
Not nearly as much.
Aye. Good.
Your kindness.
Only because he just...
Where to then, Torgal?
What do you think happened to Miss Middleton?
Sid!
With what?
No.
It's Miss Very.
When she is.
In the
That's what.
Well, she does.
Not long ago.
Then it's probably just about the end of...
You didn't break. Don't listen to her.
But who's gonna...
Why don't...
You do. She's in her dad.
Don't scare...
Thanks for the... Id.
That's it! If this doesn't steer to this...
To the sky. You aren't trying to...
What else would...
The children seem to... Is this really so...
The Enterprise, but what if she weren't? It's not fair. The Fallen had their chance, but not me. Well,
And is that a one...
are you volunteering? I'll have you in a boat. If I got first, I'll need oil. Then I'll need some bone. Or...
If it's beast bones you're after...
No, that...
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Whatever should I write next?
A love story, perhaps? But with a happy ending, of course.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid.
Of course.
It isn't. My name is her. I wish to be.
No, I will not send good... Why would you...
I need to. I was... Or rather, it was not. We were taught, and few others...
I can't...
I lost. But they...
You were a good... But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid.
Too dangerous for you. I'll go to...
You...
I won't let... You can stop.
The degree.
All right.
May them...
All right, Sid.
Only if you... Mid needs a piece of...
Most bones, if it's durable...
I do. Well, any old adamant?
Well, but don't expect to make...
I'll keep that in... Vivian, and I'll be happy.
Thank you, but...
Please, it's only right.
You are... Alas, I spoke with...
If you say so.
Forgive me, but this book...
Sid.
It depends.
A bearer, but recent as you know.
I don't mind.
Because our ranks are scouts, and since he accompanied...
Sounds right.
So you're happy to...
One can never have...
True word. I'll let the initiate know that... And that he is to...
No time like...
No time like...
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Sid.
By all means.
It's my old master. And something else.
How did she...
Finding bearers. And it seems the cells of And even better for her.
Leaving the bearers to be...
Sid, I'd like... And while I'm well aware that I can't let those bearers...
We'll be needing...
Does that...
I'm making an exception. We stay no longer than we have.
Thank you, Sid. Chadwick. The thought of him...
He must be...
He was.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the... We should head there as quick...
As do I.
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what?
I've received
His will.
in the crypt after Kupka was kind and in the process of
I'm surprised anything's...
Cyril asked that I join.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much...
Very well.
All right, Torgal. I'm going to need a little... Do you have a better hint for... Unless... Why don't we try the... To Port Isolde, fingers crossed the old mooring... Hippocrates. I've been charged with
And you seek a one whose name I had not...
Right as always, but she didn't...
And yet I... Clive, I fear...
The executive...
Coveters a clandestine, one such, a tale which could awe.
How is it that I...
Why they lurk...
Which would explain...
By the hand of...
But what drives them?
Fine, quite sadly, you may just assume...
In my hunt was... What was Vivian expecting?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executive, but rather less so across the street. Alas, but if you were...
Very well. I'll be sure... It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough. It's still here. And you're a lot bigger.
You two go on without... I doubt that boat.
If you're sure. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. In Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right, all right. I think I know where we're going. People always talk without it, and we certainly can't Torgal. Sorry for the wait.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
Here to help. Thanks, but You're really going to go through? I am, but if it's within my... It's the children. And if I leave them here, I can think of only one plate. Of course. Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the League of Outlaws encampment was complete.
What?
Every last one of the
Bandits are one thing, but Akash... We need to evacuate. Ferda, gather. The Akashic may strike it. Well?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of the children stay with me. Tell them to Understood. I'll do what I can.
What's an
You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? It's driving away our customers.
What do you want?
To pass on an import. There's been an ether flood. The camp with the so-called League, they're no longer just bandits. You need to begin preparing...
Oh, do we?
Lubor, perhaps? You may believe his lies.
But why would he lie about...
Some twisted. If he had not been a great honor for one, he might well...
Lord Underhill, Lubor cannot be trusted.
You may not trust me. If there is any chance that this...
There isn't. Now be off with...
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Sid.
I went to warn Conrad. They've convinced them stop bloody, which means the town, but I can. You only...
I appreciate...
Sid!
Victor.
I couldn't have... And Blue Boys and...
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I
do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far away!
Run!
Just go on!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Go on, then.
Go on! Go!
Just go.
Lubor, wait. Someone's coming.
Come on!
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly around here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Yes, right.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred, the place had been, until the leak. Now they're all...
With the band and these the town guard will... Both forces will... And as Sue Conrad.
Always.
I leave this and the consider...
As you...
Natalie, and as long as our riches can be...
Very well.
Where do I fit? Where else? I would like you to trap main host as most... A little guard? I doubt. Luckily. So you... All right, now it...
Looks like everyone's ready.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside?
Get him! Kill! It's over.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
All the Akashic we were able... Seems that might be the last.
Last of them here, but...
Lubo, sit. Clive.
Clive!
It's done.
Thank you, my
friends. And we need not victory.
Lubo.
After all...
But we only...
We need you.
So, you do?
We do. It is a state.
I see. But I...
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do if the town guard and the unity is the key. When that time comes...
Of course.
And... you will accept that if I am the mistreatment of any bearer within our walls shall be... they will not be judged by what they...
As we failed to do.
We agree to your
condition. Well then, it seems my... not so long ago. And now, here.
Lubo.
Fear not, I would sooner face another. I'll make sure.
I don't doubt it. And not just the children.
Can't have all...
tortoise, Torgor. Where do you hide? Looks like we found him. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype. Mid? Tell me.
It's under cogwheel. Gears that smaller are
Wait, the children, now that I think...
The young'un? I'll keep working on them.
Sid!
She wasn't. She's just busy working.
A new invention? Is it an egg?
Do you think she'll let us have...
That just so happens to be why I'm here. A brass gear.
Oh!
We saved it.
Since your lesson, all the pieces...
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear?
That's all for now.
Thanks, Sid.
Well?
They did.
Will it work?
What exactly?
Only the most. The wings aren't going to move on well. That should do it. Here goes nothing.
Wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, won't be much of a prize. But it in the size of a dream that's important. And I reckon I've got...
I'm sure you...
Your Grace?
Cyril.
Yes. If you would do...
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive short...
The day before we left for
What are these... His plans for the Dutch, the complete... But your father's dream, with the blight spreading...
He wished to see men. Small wonder he did.
But he thought nor those...
It's a pity.
But one.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she, after all...
And where is the...
She awaits you in the archive.
Thank you, sir. Shall we then?
My lord. I am Goditha. Your father.
Lift up your head, lady. You have our gratitude.
I merely did.
My lady, what exactly is...
As I'm sure you know.
Indeed it had.
And had he lived to see it, alas, he had intended to claim that, but it was not.
I see.
His son, it was your father's wish, but with his grace long since gone. You are grown men now, and while I would not, I know that nothing...
Thank you. What else? Of course.
Oh, I am...
Do you know where we might find...
I do. It is found in the bellies of... We do at least know where to...
A certain spell?
You are most possessed. In fact, this is... Were you to slay it...
What say you? What else?
Titan's Way. It's to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Lord Mark,
what is it?
One of our brethren, he sent an...
Was he so...
No. An ancient Bargain.
And so you said...
Fully, I entrust, though he has... Yet, it's for as you...
But Ash is a big...
Perhaps. Mickleberg. It lies, if...
All right.
You are Mark. Go then.
If this new faith really is an option...
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is. For House Rossfield.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
Oh, thank the Griffin is...
And the Heartstone.
Yes. Thank you. Your father would...
Lady Godotha.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse... The armband. Pray. Heartstone is... And the graven vine...
It's a message. Enemies who would...
And only...
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust, but this was more than just... It was a promise.
Thank you for remaining this...
Forgive me, but there is something I do. The Undying, even if it's so...
Because of the deep... In the days I tried to... When word...
And thank...
Yet my duty... And so he informed me.
Lady Godotha.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord, for coming back to us.
The bands. It must be gratifying to...
It is.
If you would let him see that you have received it.
I suppose. What do you say, Clive?
I was hoping to be...
Your father's helm is enshrined. Since the day we were... I prithee, claim it. And I do not doubt that...
Thank you, sir. Come on, Clive.
Do you see that too?
Ambrosia won't help. Here.
Papa?
What is it? Please.
I'm scared.
It's all right.
Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoat!
Allow me.
I don't need your... Please,
This won't take long.
You're right, men. Finish him.
let darkness fall!
A little longer than I... Field Marshal, are either of you... No!
Fucking traitor. But I hadn't thought that it's a fuck you're interfering, old my lord, or a Scythia.
Call me what you want. It doesn't change your... or the urgency of the message.
Before I agree... I'd have you on... What do you stand?
I won't deny that I seek a new beginning. And while the choices I've made, I know, for so long, when it should have been our decision, but in order to take it...
Certainly not the words I expected from an... You are... I never hear... All right. I'll start. Next, I'll make contact with my count...
Thank you.
But they...
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some... We will need an envoy.
I'm flattered, and I have other... What we need...
Is that so? And would...
Of a different...
I suppose we'll all have to find...
I shall.
My lord, your lord uncle...
And I will see that my...
Very...
I can barely Someone like Quentin.
Let's go. Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. Father was truly capable of. These bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward.
And to a new...
If Joshua's worried about...
First the skies, then the crystal.
So what do I owe the honour? Not saying Fordian, do you? That it?